When people think of migration, people like to think of groups of birds flying for hundreds of miles towards a warmer climate during the winter. Some may even consider other animals such as deer or wolves. But many don't realize the special world of insect migration. For lepidopterans, they migrate for reasons similar to birds, in that once the season changes, they start to migrate south towards the equator. While migrating, however, many lepidopterans don't have a guide to follow. For monarch butterflies, for example, they use a combination of a circadian clock and their antennae to handle different sun cycles during the migration. Inside the brain, these internal clocks are mechanized by various proteins. Clock and cycle proteins power the transcription of period, time, and cryptochrome genes, which produces RNA copies of genes. These then form complexes in the cytoplasm. As light interacts with these proteins, the time polypeptide slowly degrades, which allows light to train the butterfly's brain and gain a circadian rhythm. Both the brain and the antennae have these types of light-sensitive bioclocks. These clocks influence the motor system of the butterflies, making them crucial for finding their way down south. Many species of locusts migrate, but one locust species is particularly destructive: the
desert locust! These creatures, they come to eat your souls!
No. Desert locusts are considered a pest towards agriculture, but are otherwise mostly harmless towards humans, just like most other locusts. However, desert locusts travel mostly within Africa and Central Asia, with their breeding grounds changing between seasons. Unlike the monarch butterflies, they don't travel north during spring or south during winter. When they do travel, they travel in groups of millions, and travel very long distances in search of food and to lay their eggs. They often travel towards areas where two different wind trends meet, and these wind trends often change depending on the season. However, they have been observed using more active guidance rather than just the wind. To cut all this scientific gobbledygook short, desert locusts also use their eyes to some extent for navigation, as it has been observed that covering their eyes results in more erratic behavior. They may also have circadian clocks, like many other insects, but it is currently unknown where in the brain this clock exists. Some may be quick to question the importance of insect migration, and some may even question why insects even migrate in the first place. The purpose of migration is for the insect's own survival, but in many cases, we're dependent on these insects staying alive.
Welcome to the Monarch Show, where we'll determine if this monarch here is the pollinator of this apple. Sir Monarch, you are not the father.
No!
Monarch butterflies generally don't contribute a whole lot towards agriculture. Instead, their main role as pollinators is generally to maintain biodiversity within the ecosystem. However, the giant honeybee, found mostly within Southeast Asia, do produce sources of food. Their nests are mainly harvested for honey, but they also contribute towards the pollination of cotton, mango, coconut, coffee, pepper, starfruit, and macadamias.